Hi there, YouTube and people in general in the world. Um, Today I'm making a video to inform about something that happened to me recently, and that was giving birth to my little daughter. So she is now almost 1 week old. So I've been out of the hospital since Sunday, and now it is Tuesday. So we've been home for 2 days now, and she was born last Thursday. So, um, the situation of her birth was a little bit different than um, what would be 100% normal. So basically, she was born in breech. So that means, of course, if you're clicking on this video, you're at the title and you know what breech means, and you're probably looking to understand um, about breech delivery or maybe how to turn your baby or something. So I had a breech delivery naturally with a very good doctor, which I'm going to tell you about in a minute. But so normally, today, in today's day and age, like 90% of doctors are just going to tell you you have to have C-section. You have to have C-section. And so the first doctor that we went to, he um, he told us also, you got to have a C-section. And the doctor that we are doing our checkups with, she also said you're gonna have to do a C-section. So I was really scared of that, and I was really mm, reluctant to do that. Anyway, the first doctor we went to, the delivery doctor, he wanted a lot of money from us. By the way, I don't live in uh, US or Canada or anything. I am Canadian, but I live now in Ukraine with my husband because my husband is Ukrainian. So um, all of this happened in the capital of Ukraine in Kiev. So we, from a good friend of my husband, uh, he said, "Why don't you try to go to my doctor?" And we said, "Okay, let's talk to him. We're looking to deliver." We didn't think it would be possible for me to have a natural delivery because the whole time of my pregnancy, our baby was breech. So she was breech the whole time. I really tried to flip her. I did exercises. I did, I tried to do this, moxibustion, like toe smoking, whatever. I tried to do a lot of exercises and things to flip her. She didn't want to flip around for whatever reason. Um, Nobody could understand why. They just said she's very comfortable. So then we went, we ended up going to this doctor of our friend. So this doctor, he's older. Um, he he's maybe 60 years old, and he has a lot of experience. He was a Navy doctor and these things. So he's really a miracle doctor. So the first day that we went there, um, this is a new clinic here in Kiev. He um, the doctors are very experienced, but it's a new clinic. It's at this point 3 months old. Right now it's November, so um, 3 or 4 months old this clinic is, and the doctors are much older and experienced. So when we first went there, we talked to him, we met with him. We said the baby is breech, um, and he said no problem, no problem. We can deliver her. We can deliver her. And we said, well, do we have to have C cutting? He said, no, we'll see. We'll see. And as we talked to other doctors in this clinic, also other very senior doctors, When we first signed up to deliver in this clinic, we talked to the head doctor of this clinic, and she's also very senior. And she told us that breech delivery is possible. Breech delivery is possible as long as the situation is um, acceptable. So there are different kinds of breech delivery. For example, the baby's butt can be down. It can be the baby's feet down. Her head may be tilted up like this. Her arms may be over her head like that. So there are all different kinds of breech delivery. In my baby's case, um, I don't know about the arms or the chin, but her feet were down. It were her feet. It was her feet first. So that makes it a whole different situation. And um, I'm making this video today because when I was searching before the delivery about um, natural breech delivery, I didn't see any video on YouTube. I saw a video from midwives explaining that just go to an experienced doctor, an older person, because younger doctors don't know how to do it, which is really true. But I didn't see any firsthand experiences from women who have had a natural breech birth delivery. So that's why I'm making this video today. So basically, now I will tell you about how the delivery went. Um, so if you are in this situation, and you're going to have a natural breech delivery, like you have an experienced doctor, your doctor knows what to do, it may be something similar to my situation. Okay, so now I will tell you how the delivery went and the procedure that the doctor used. So, um, I went to the hospital. I was supposed to check in. So over here in Ukraine, uh, the women check into the hospital a few days before the delivery. And how do they know when you will deliver? Nobody really knows. But with the checkups before, they monitor your contractions, how frequently you're having contractions, minor contractions before the delivery, in the weeks before the delivery. So they um, they monitor that when you go in, and then they tell you to check in on a certain date. So I was supposed to check in on Saturday. So before that, it was Wednesday. It was the Wednesday before that Saturday. And I just had a feeling because, look, my baby was already 41 weeks, going over. And I was feeling worried, like she's not flipping around. It's already so late. What's wrong? Is there anything wrong? And so I said to my husband, okay, let's call the doctor. And I feel worried. Let's go there. So it was Thursday, right? So the doctor said, okay, come in. So we went there. It was Thursday, and he was there. And then he said, okay, so you feel worried. And I said, what's going on? He said, when you boil the soup, okay, when you cook borscht, do you need to boil it for some time before it's ready? I said, yes, of course. I understand your metaphor. The baby has to cook in the oven before she comes out. Um, I understand your metaphor, but I feel worried. Why is it so late? And why didn't she flip around? So anyway, he said, okay, well, let's examine you. So I sat up with my legs up in the stirrups. He did a cervical examination with his fingers up. And this doctor is so good. He's a miracle worker. He's so senior. He's an ex-Navy doctor, apparently. And he's been delivering babies, I guess, for 40 years. So, again, you really need a trusted, experienced doctor, and the doctor has to be confident. Otherwise, the doctor, I'm sure a doctor who doesn't have experience or who has ill confidence to do this kind of delivery, they're not going to want to do it, of course. They're going to want to do for C-section. Anyway, this doctor, he just did a cervical examination on me, and in this clinic, I didn't do one ultrasound because the doctor can feel everything. He knows everything. He's so expert. He didn't even need an ultrasound once on me. So basically, we um, we went then this this cervical examination, right? He put his fingers up there and he said, "Oh, you're already 1 centimeter open." So he said, "Oh, all right, you can go home if you want. You can come back tomorrow." And we said, "Well, let's just check in now and let's stay here now because, um, like she may just come tonight." So it was around 7 p.m. at that time, and I checked into the hospital. I was waiting there, and my husband went home to get our luggage bag because normally the ladies stay in the hospital 3 days up to 3 days or even 1 week after. So then we checked in. My husband went home quickly and it was 7 p.m. and then I started feeling contractions. And by the way, this cervical examination can bring on the labor also, so it probably sped up the process as well. So then I started feeling contractions. I called my husband. I said, "Look, come here quickly." And he said, "Okay, I said, I think the delivery is starting. I'm feeling pain." And then I went down the hall. I told the doctor, "Hey, I'm feeling that she's coming." And the doctor said, "Okay, great, great, great. That's good. That's good." And so I was waiting. Okay, so then he said, "I'll examine you again at 9 o'clock." So now it was 7 o'clock. He said, "I'll examine you again at 9 o'clock." So my husband came over. Then it became 9 o'clock. And I went, I was then getting very strong contractions, and I sat up again on the chair. He examined me again with the fingers, and he said, "All right, you're now 6 centimeters open." And the doctor could also feel up there with his fingers. He said, "Look, you're 6 centimeters open. We need you to be 10 centimeters open. But there's a problem. It's not the baby's butt, which is there, it's the baby's feet. The baby's feet are there. So now it gets more complicated. The baby's butt is not there, it's the baby's feet. So don't walk around because if you walk around, the water may break. And uh, if the water breaks, she may fall down. Her feet may come out, and that can be very dangerous. So do me a favor, don't walk around because that's dangerous. So I said, okay, let's go to the delivery room. He said, wait 1 minute, just lay down, and we're going to put a opening in your arm, like a plastic catheter type thing in your arm because later on in the delivery, we're going to inject you with oxytocin to make sure that you can completely push out her head, to make sure your push is strong enough to get her head last. So I said, okay. So I was laying down, I was in pain. The nurse came in, they put the thing in my arm so that later they can easily inject instead of finding my vein again. So after that, we walked over with pain. My husband helped me. We walked over to the delivery room. I laid in the delivery chair with my feet up, and that was really helpful. That special chair was really a lifesaver. And then I wasn't having contractions from around 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock, and I was just really waiting for it to be over. My husband was helping me, he was beside me, he's giving me water, and there were around five nurses in the room and the doctor. They were all sitting and waiting because the doctor had to wait for me to open to 10 centimeters. So I had to open to 10 centimeters. And then the next step, okay, so I became, so the doctor was waiting for me to open, and at intervals when I was having a contraction, he would come and he would stick his fingers up to see how open I was. Um, so that was really, really painful, actually, because I was in the middle of a contraction and then he's putting his fingers up there. Yeah. So he did that like at different intervals to check how open I was. So eventually I got to 10 centimeters, 8, 9, and then 10 centimeters. So I was open. And then he went up and he broke my water. First of all of the nurses came around, um, and they injected something. Um, so they also put, they also injected some painkiller just into my vaginal area, like external area, or lower area, not into my belly or like anything like that, because the doctor also had to get his hand up there during the delivery, so he didn't want to hurt me. Um, he just did this freezing. Yeah, they injected the freezing stuff um, into the vaginal area. So it was around 11 o'clock when they injected that stuff, and then around 11 o'clock also when they gave me the oxytocin, because at 11 I was fully open, and then he went up, he broke the water. So they needed to break the water forcibly to make sure to more so control the delivery, to make sure that nothing was too unpredictable. So the next thing that happened, the push, um, the water broke, and then I had to push to get her out. So when the contraction came, they told me, breathe in deeply and push it down. Yeah. And so I did that, and then her feet came first, of course. Her feet came first. The doctor was there at the end. He held her feet. And according to my husband, he also gave her, when the feet came, he gave her a little tug to pull her down, um, to get the head down. So the rest of what was going on down there, my husband saw and he told me. So she had a little tug to come down. And then I felt the head and they were saying, come on, come on, come on, get it out quickly. And that's also what they gave me oxytocin, because the baby can, of course, suffocate. So the head came quickly. I don't know, within 2 minutes maybe. And she was fully out. That's it. So that's my experience with breech delivery. Um, I didn't rip. I didn't rip at all. Um, he didn't have to cut me also. He didn't have to do C-section. He didn't have to cut my vagina, whatever it's called. He didn't have to open me up like that. Um, So if you have an experienced doctor, very experienced doctor, and they say that they will do natural breech delivery for you, it may be something similar to my experience. I want to share this on YouTube for the world because I haven't seen anybody or anything online about this. So I'm just making this video to help inform someone who may be in a similar situation. Um, And so that's it. And good luck with your delivery if you're delivering soon. And I will say, if you want to have a natural breech delivery, look for a senior doctor. Look for a senior doctor more than 50 years old or something, because this knowledge is really being lost, it looks like. They just want to cut women, and I'm like, I'm 25 years old. Why should I have a serious surgery, you know? So, yeah, um, good luck. And I hope this video helps you or helps someone. And just know, if you are someone who they're pushing you to get a cesarean and you're scared, um, but you don't want a cesarean, try to find a senior doctor, right? Who knows what they're doing. If you can't, you can always fly to Ukraine and I can give you my contact for this doctor, and you may have to pay like $1,000. Yeah. Um, you also need a translator. So if you want, come over here and come to this clinic. So anyway, um, all right. Thanks for listening and good luck with your delivery. Okay, bye.